What about that is sad to see tomorrow? Would your wholesale sales stop overnight? It's a question I want you to sit with for a moment. Because if the answer is yes, then today's episode is especially for. In this episode, we're talking about why you can't build your business on Faire alone. I hear from so many business owners who feel like Faire is their wholesale strategy, and it can feel safe when orders are coming in without much effort, but the security is fragile. By the end of today's episode, you will understand why relying on one platform is risky and what you can do instead to build a wholesale business that is steady and predictable. If you're new around here, hello and welcome. My name is Therese, and I work with product-based business owners to grow their wholesale in a way that feels sustainable, confident, and consistent. This is Let's Talk Shop, my podcast where we get honest about the realities of wholesale and share strategies to help you build a business that you truly enjoy. Now, before we dive into Faire specifically, I want to be clear. I could be saying almost the exact same thing about trade shows, Etsy, or Not on the High Street, or really any third-party platform. The common thread here is that when you build your entire business on someone else's platform, you give away control. You don't own the rules, the algorithm, or the customer data. And if anything changes, your sales can vanish overnight. So why does Faire feel so tempting? Let's start with why so many lean so heavily on Faire. And it's simple. Faire makes things really easy. You can upload your products and suddenly there's a marketplace of retailers who can find you. The admin is lighter, invoicing, payments, even some of the shipping. It's all built into the system. And there's nothing quite like the dopamine hit of waking up to new orders you didn't have to pitch for. It feels like proof that your wholesale is working. The problem is that sense of security isn't real. There are risks with only relying on Faire. And here's why. First up, the fees and the commissions does add up. It's easy to miss how much margin you're actually giving away. Second, you're at the mercy of the algorithm. If you don't get favored, your orders can slow down dramatically without you doing anything wrong. Third, the retailers on Faire aren't really your customers. They belong to Faire. And finally, the competition is intense. In categories like candles, stationery, and jewelry, the marketplace is so crowded that it becomes a race to the bottom. None of these things are things that you can control. Of course, you can work on your SEO, but if the algorithm changed tomorrow, that work can all be for nothing. We've seen it over and over again with platforms like Facebook ads and all sorts of platforms. Even Etsy did try to do a wholesale platform at one stage. So what's the alternative? It's not about deleting Faire, it's about not relying on it alone. Businesses that thrived are the ones that build direct relationship with buyers. That means having conversation, following up, supporting your stockists so they order again and again. It means having your own sales system, structured outreach, consistent follow-up, and a wholesale marketing calendar so you always stay visible. It also means collecting buyer emails and building your own list so that if Faire went down tomorrow, you can still reach your customers directly. And it can mean showing up at a trade show or sending physical samples or simply picking up the phone. All those human touches that make a buyer feel confident in ordering from you again. So let's bring this back. Faire is a fantastic tool, but it's just that, a tool. It's not a business model. If you want long-term stability in your wholesale, you can't afford to leave your future to chance. By combining platforms like Faire with direct sales and real buyer relationships, you build a business that lasts, one that feels steady, predictable, and under control. If this episode has struck a chord with you, I'd love to invite you to my upcoming free workshop, Cracking Christmas, Build Your Sales Plan for the Best Q4 Yet. It's happening on 24th of September online, and I will be sharing the exact steps you need to take to Plan your sales for the busiest season of the year so you can finish strong and set yourself up for a steady 2026. Because if you have a successful 2025, so much good comes with that. It gives you money to invest in 2026, and that can give you the peace of mind that you need. You can sign up through the link in the show notes. And before we go, a quick kind of teaser for the next episode. We'll be talking about why traditional sales skills are not dead. In a world that feels increasingly digital, the old ways of selling, picking up the phone, sending a handwritten note, having real conversations are actually what makes brands stand out right now. It'll be a great one, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it. Thank you so much for listening to Let's Talk Shop. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with your fellow business owners who might need the reminder. I'll see you in the next one.